If you want to be successful, don't seek success. What you seek is competence. If you enable yourself and if you do something well, other people will say you're a success. If you think I'm a success, it's foolish, isn't it? You're doing something and you're doing it well, other people in the town or in the country or in the world, people will say, oh, he's doing something really successful. They're looking up to you, that's fine. You look up to yourself, that's madness, okay? You don't seek success, you seek empowerment, you seek competence. You do the best that you can do. You cannot do as well as somebody, but you can do the best that you can do. So if you do your best, if your best is good enough, world will recognize. If it is not, you will be happy. Rudraksh as a seed, this tree mainly grows at certain altitude. Somewhere between 6,500 to 12,000 altitude is where Rudraksh grows in the Himalayan region. And it has very unique vibrations. So person who is constantly traveling wears a Rudraksh so that he has a cocoon of his own energy, that the outside energies does not disturb him. He has a… we call this a kavacha. You know what's a kavacha? It's more like a cocoon. It's a cocoon of your own energy. Wherever you go, you have your private bedroom going with you. It travels with you wherever you go. For people who are in family and social situations, the best thing to wear is always the fire-faced Rudraksh. It is best that it is given to you by somebody who knows what it is. Simply buying it off the shelf from in some shop and wearing it is not a good thing. I've also been watching Virat Kohli with interest because I've seen every great batsman in the last 40-45 years. Very few have hit the ball the way he's hitting it. With the kind of talent he has, he is going to be a phenomenon. He's going to be a new cricketing story on the planet, not just one more player. He has the necessary ingredients. I said this when he was 17, I saw him playing in Singapore for the under-18 team or something, he was captaining that team at that time. I saw this boy playing and then only I said, this guy will go far. If he learns to be a cool fire, not a fire that burns him up, then he will do things which probably has not been done for a long time. One little girl, 14-year-old girl, stands up and she says, Sadhguru, they are saying Rama walked from Ayodhya to Sri Lanka. Is it practical that somebody can walk from Ayodhya to Sri Lanka, or is it just a story? Then I look at her and say, see, you're still a young girl. After a few years, you will find a man. When you find your man, do you want that kind of a man that if you get lost, he will walk all the way? Or he will think this is not practical and find a practical solution in his neighborhood? What kind of a man do you want? Well, even the little girl knows what kind of a man she wants.
If you could ask one person, alive or dead, one question, who would you ask and what would that be?
I really sorted out all my questions because I did not spend time educating myself or doing anything. I spent my entire life sorting out every damn question I had. I kind of run out of questions.
Best advice you have ever received?
Nothing.
Never?
No. I never sought, nor did I receive. I made myself in such a way I'm incapable either of seeking advice or giving advice.
In an imaginary, completely hypothetical situation, if you had a day off with no commitments, no responsibilities, what would you spend the day doing?
If that happens, I will close my eyes and sit because that is the best, I am at my best when I truly have nothing to do.
What type of food we should eat so that our life reaches its full potential for a college or a school-going student?
Food is not a religion, food is not a culture, food is just the fuel for this machine. Yes? There may be cultural aspects to the tastes, there may be even religious tinge to the food over a period of time, but essentially food is fuel for this body. So with what kind of food will it function with minimum struggle within itself and maximum impact? So suppose you buy a petrol car and pump diesel into it, it may still roll around but not at its optimum. Similarly, various foods you can eat and still somehow it functions. But those communities which have eaten with care, you can clearly see a distinct difference in the way they function, the levels of intelligence and whatever.